My name is Matthew Rice, and I'm the Regional Sales Manager at CABI Library Solutions and EBSCO Subscription Services based here in South Africa. So EBSCO and CABI work with thousands of publishers worldwide, and we really like to provide our publisher partners with a platform to speak about their exciting products. Today's event is all about eBooks, and we are basically, today we are going to be welcoming CABI and the IEEE to speak about their legal collections. So all of the books and eBooks collections that I'm going to be presenting and spoken about today are available through CABI and EBSCO as well. Last but not least, before I hand over to Brahim, we also have a prize to give away. All that you need to do is provide the correct answer to each of the two presentations today. You can put those in the chat box, or as Camilla said, we can email those answers to her, and we will put you in the, that will put you in the running for a prize at the end of this week. If you have any questions at all concerning the presentations, please feel free just to use the chat box, type a question in there, and we will get to answer it at the end of each presenter session, where we allocated some time to provide some more Q&A session as well. Right, so without any further ado, our first presenter today is Brahim Jrah. Brahim is from CABI, and Brahim is the Senior Business Development Manager for the Middle East and Africa. Brahim, over to you, sir.
Matthew, many thanks, and thank you very much for the opportunity. And I would like to thank everyone for coming today and to hear about CABI generally, and obviously folks on the eBooks. So I would like, if I may, introduce CABI to you and the people who may not know CABI. CABI, it's a Center for Agriculture and Bioscience International. It's not for profit organization. Our mission is how to lose less and feed more. So we work with people around the globe, in particular ministries of agriculture. We work with them in different programs to help farmers on the ground. But also, we work with academics to help all food security concerns through science and information and communication. CABI was established in 1910 by United Treaty, and it focuses on agriculture and environment and other subjects as well that are linked to environment, like public health, animals, etc. So we are owned by 49 member countries, and we are in 21 countries around the world. We do have offices in Kenya, in many other countries in Africa, Asia, like India and Pakistan, and in the UK, of course, in Switzerland and the United States. As I said, we work a lot with International Development Organization, where we work with ministries of agriculture to set up the plant clinics, train the plant doctors and technicians, help farmers on the ground. We collect this information and we work with academics and universities around the world to develop databases and publishing content. We do have books and eBooks, but also we have companion online resources. So our online resources would have lots of journals, and also, as I said, literature like reports, etc., and eBooks. So as I said about the geographic coverage, where we get it from now, I finished this slide presentation about CABI, and if I may, I would like to show you our eBooks straight to our platform, if that's okay. And then we can show you the collections that we have. So this is the CAB Direct platform from CABI, and then we have a new platform called CAB Digital Library, where we have all the subjects that we have and all the content that comes from CABI. And we have different collections, like I was showing in our presentation that we cover. So we do have collections for agriculture, international environment, environmental science, human sciences, plant sciences, tourism, hospitality, and leisure, veterinary and animal sciences. And on our platform, we could see the eBooks, and we also have textbooks, which is a different collection, but it's more for adoption and used by students. So we could go either you log in straight with our either IP address or username and password. And then I put one email. So every time for security, we'll ask you such question for security. But when you registered once, you don't have to remember your password. You get the code. Make sure that you, and then you log in. And how you search for CABI eBooks, or you could go to the advanced search here, and then it allows you to open more. So if I am looking into plant, then I don't want to talk about, for example, not tomato, and then I will ask to serve in CABI. And then you can see here the type of offer that I'm going to get. And then it would give me the books that I have, for example, plant health, legislation, GNA extraction, and then either I can view the article via a PDF or EPUB, and you could see here the chapter that will take me straight to the page that I would like to go to. Also, I can see information here, but it's a textbook or another collection. So here, a different type edited collection or a textbook. At the left, of course, you could see here the filters. Either you want to filter by date or by other type, like chapter, article reviews, or preprint, or as you say here, publication type. Or if you know an offer and would like to jump into an offer, you're looking for it. Again, keywords are related to my search or topics, plant science, natural resources, etc. And if I wanted to switch from the eBooks to journal collections or cases that we have, so we have the books here, or I would like to filter by the language. Now, if I would like to go straight to the chapter or any of the chapter results, I can click to it, or I can view the abstract here. It gives me about that chapter that I'm looking into. So now I am into the chapter. As you can see, I have the RSS feed. I can sign up for alerts, information about the offers. Obviously, I am connected with the Facebook and social media. Nowadays, students, they want to be linked to social media. Also, as I said, you could see here the description again in the chapter you're looking into. If I would like to open the whole book, I could open the whole book. While it's opening up, I can have more information about the book. The ISBN, the ESBN, while this is opening up. So if I am interested in the book, I can look into the book here. Obviously, I can zoom, I can search, zoom in, or zoom out. I can search for any words, look here, and then search will give me 500, 600, whatever, and they're all highlighted. And I can jump straight to the words that I'm looking into. So from here, and then it takes me to every word I'm looking at. Or phrase, whatever it is. It's really nice to browse the whole thing. You can see the book in front of you. Or you could go back to the search, because the searchability is so important. Because if you're going to look into book by book, it will take you so much time. So, but if you search on the platform, or if you search on the platform, give you more results in a quicker time, and that saves a lot of time as well. So, if I would like to use one of the filters here, and then And then I would like to furthermore, only in the last 6 months, and it gives me shorter results, but more recent books. So if I am logged in here, I can edit my search. But, and then I go back here and I say, I wanted it from 2007. And then I'll select the 6 months. And then update the search. So if I edit my search for anything, the word or the dates, I go back to my searches. But we've got to save it in my profile. So you create your profile. So you put your personal details. And then when you go back, you find all the searches that you have created. And also you can create a project with a colleague while this is open now. Recognize which country you are in, and then it gives you a code, and then you can log in. So really, it gives you live authentication. Once you are registered by your email or your institution, then you'll be able to access at any time. The same thing with my project. If I click on it and I'm working with the team, I can create a project, and I can log all what I want from books I have, or results like chapters and any reports. But now we're talking about the eBooks, how that's how you usually see it. Now, if I wanted to look into that chapter specifically, not the full book, as you can see from one page, page 1 to 8, and then I'll open it up for you. Again, so all the subjects that I've been showing earlier, and you could use all these filters to access the exact or specific search that you're looking into. So the language, for example, if I wanted to only the English language, we will do filter and exclude all other languages. Most of our ebooks, not like our e-journals, are in English. However, our journal database and compendium would have a lot of other languages included. And you name it, from Chinese to French to Italian to Spanish. But for the ebooks, they usually are principally in English. And if we like to publication titles, so we could go to the ebooks and browse them by titles if you wanted to. And then it gives you here all the titles of the ebooks. I'm wondering if you have time and if you have any questions regarding how to browse the portal or any question about ebooks, CABI ebooks. Are you still there? I hope the connection is working and you are listening to me.
Yes, we can hear you. If anyone has a question, please type it into the chat, or you can raise your hand and I will unmute your line.
Okay, I would like to thank you very much. This is all the filters. And last one, another filter by topic. So for example, if I open plant sciences, and you could see all these sub-collections. So let's take horticulture, the subjects. You could find overlap between the books, meaning one book could cover horticulture at the same time can cover plant cropping system, and you find it in the two sort of topic collections. So this is plant sciences and other sciences, and you could see more books with other titles and other collections. Other sciences here, we're talking, for example, taxonomy and evolution, animal ecology, plant ecology, and different sort of subjects that we may cover. This is again sort of a filter that would help us, a researcher to go straight to the subject that he wants to search in. So this is like plant sciences, and then you could go natural sciences, and then it goes on the top here and gives you energy, land resources, water resources. I click into it, it takes me to the chapters that overlap with this topic. Sorry, and go back again to the topics. You can find more. So lots of economics obviously would be linked usually to agriculture. Again, here waste, different collection, human health and hygiene, which is an important topic nowadays, all the time, but now because of the global sort of pandemic, it became more and more important. Human nutrition, and it's quite important as well, human health and environment, and these sort of collections that we cover, as I mentioned in my early presentation. I think with that, I have covered our eBooks platform and subject areas that we have at CABI, and I would be very happy to answer any of your questions. And I'm really sorry again for the internet issues at the beginning.
Thank you, Brahim. That was really good. And I must say the platform really is useful when you're trying to zoom in on a particular subject area for eBooks. That's really fantastic. Just in terms of trials, could you just tell us a bit more about how, firstly, as far as trials are concerned, do you provide trials to your ebook collections? And then secondly, how can users get access? I do recall that there is a code that is sent. Do they just, is it really quite simple to register an account to utilize this platform?
The access is via IP authentication is allowed. So if any institution or university or consortium has an IP range that would like to send us, we can use that. Our old platform, which is called CAB Direct, and we are slowly switching and migrating our content to our new platform called CABI Digital Library, the one you see it here. So in our old platform, we had so many limitations in terms of access. This new platform is meant to be more flexible because people were on the move and they would like to access. Obviously, once they are registered via IP address, they can have distance learning access, so remote access. And by using remote access, we just wanted more security so they can receive the code via their email. But that needs to be, they need to be registered by their institution the first time. Once they've done that, so during the subscription or the ownership of the product they have, they can access the content. They don't need to remember the password. So they need to have their email and then send them new notification. But if they are accessing it via an existing IP address, they don't need a notification or they don't need a password. We only need this notification if they're going to do a remote access like myself. I just did now. This is in terms of access. In terms of a trial, we don't usually provide ebook trial, as you know, for security reason. I can double check what we can do, Matthew, for this, but usually happened to us before we gave some trials and we ended up by seeing our ebooks downloaded in different places. So we need to check first, and then I come back to you in our new platform if there is this possibility with limitation of not downloading or something like that.
That's great, thanks. And my last question that I've got, as far as the textbooks are concerned that you've touched on, what access model is available for those textbooks, those new textbooks?
Well, to be honest with you, most of our ebooks are reference books, and they are meant for library, for students, researchers to use. The textbooks are more for classroom adoption per class, and they are all available. You can see they are available on the platform. So the purchase model is different because the textbooks are more based on the student numbers and how many students are going to adopt the books. The reference books are more for library, so they can buy it for all university. So I don't know, engineer student can read about agriculture engineering if you would like to specialize in agriculture, even though he's studying agriculture and engineering. So he would have access to these books because he would like to know more about plants and how it works with agriculture engineering. So the library ebooks, they're available for all students, regardless of which faculty they are in. So that's why we open them without limitation. We give them to a library or to university, and they can access it across the university. The textbooks, we need to see case by case, but we are very flexible to help students, especially in Africa, of course, to help them, allow them to have access to all the books, including the textbooks. But in terms of model of pricing and offer, we need to treat it case by case.
Great stuff. Thanks so much, Brahim, and thank you again for your presentation. Always interesting to see what CABI is, what developments are happening at CABI. Thank you again.
Matthew, thank you to you, and I'm really sorry for the slight delay and these technical issues at the beginning, but I hope
no problem. No problem at all. Thanks so much, Brahim.
My pleasure.
Great. So moving on to our second presentation, this being from the IEEE, I would like to give a very warm welcome to Mr. Kris Zakrzewski, who is the International Area Manager for the Middle East and Africa. Kris, over to you. Nice to have you with us.
All right. Thanks, Matthew. And thanks, everyone. Thanks, Camilla. Brahim, nice to meet you virtually. As Matthew, actually, let me share my presentation first to make sure we have no tech issues there. And then I'll jump in. Thank you to EBSCO for inviting me to talk about IEEE eBooks today. As Matthew mentioned, my name is Kris Zakrzewski. I'm the IEEE Area Manager for the Middle East and Africa. I also cover the UK and Ireland, as well as Turkey and the CIS countries. So I have a pretty big global footprint in my territory. I'm very happy to be speaking with you today about the eBooks collections that are available from IEEE. As you know, IEEE Explore is the leading spot for the world's technical content. We have over 1/3 of the world's technical literature in electrical engineering, computer science, and related technologies, new and emerging technologies, classic technologies. But today I'm just going to focus on the eBooks collections and what we have available currently for you to purchase both perpetually, via subscription, via front list, however suits your institution's needs. So I'm going to jump right in. I think Matthew will moderate if there's any questions. We'll get to those at the end. But so IEEE Explorer currently offers instant online access to over 5,200 eBooks titles that come in high quality content with a focus on areas that are today's cutting edge technologies and help set the standards for future advancement. We partner with leading publishers to align with ongoing IEEE goals and our mission. All of the eBooks that we have on IEEE Explorer are of the highest quality, peer-reviewed content. This content is reviewed and approved by the IEEE Review Board before ever being added to Explorer. There are premier titles by experts in their field. These are celebrated scientists, award-winning authors, renowned researchers, many of whom have very close IEEE affiliations. These could be either IEEE fellows, IEEE members, IEEE editors, IEEE volunteers. It spans all walks of life in the IEEE. All of the eBooks that are available on IEEE Explorer are DRM-free, which is very important to us as an organization. For those of you who don't know, DRM is Digital Rights Management. We do not partner with any publishers that require digital rights management. All content on IEEE Explorer is DRM-free once you have access, whether it be in perpetuity or via a subscription. Everyone at your organization will have immediate access. They can access via Explorer. They can download PDFs. They can view HTML. They can add eBooks chapters and whole books to their tablets or e-readers, whatever they may have. And you can use it in your curriculums. You can have them however you would like once you purchase them. And of course, these subscriptions are available as well as perpetual access options. So IEEE has 9 leading collections of eBooks on IEEE Explorer. There's over 6,000 high quality technical book titles from leading publishers. We have partnerships from all walks of publishing. And I'm going to get into each one specifically. And then if we have time at the end, I'll rely on you, Matthew, to let me know if I go over, if I have a minute to show you how to access those on IEEE Explorer as well. But some of the partners we have are Artec, Wiley, MIT, Now Publishers, Princeton University Press, River, SIE, and it's really an immense collection on IEEE Explorer. So what I like to do now is kind of dive in to each collection, give you a little bit of background on the content that's included in that collection, the relationship we have with that particular publisher. And as I go through it, you'll even see some popular titles that are housed within those collections on the right-hand side of the slides. So IEEE has partnered with Wiley to offer 3 distinct eBooks collections. Wiley has a very strong affiliation with IEEE. And the first collection I'll speak about is the IEEE Press Wiley eBooks collection. This is the largest and most comprehensive eBooks collection that we have available on Explorer. The books in this collection are made up of practical handbooks, which are both introductory and advanced. We have professional books and reference works. The topics covered in this collection focus heavily on power and energy, computing, communications, and signal processing. And these are positioned for engineers, researchers, practitioners, as well as students. There are currently over 1,000 titles in this collection, and we anticipate adding approximately 40 more to the front lists each year. The next collection that we have from Wiley is the Wiley Telecommunications eBooks library. Now, this is a much smaller, much more focused collection. And this collection is dedicated to meeting the research needs of telecommunications companies, telecommunications researchers, engineers, and really anyone in the telecommunications space. There are currently over 400 titles in this collection, when we anticipate adding 15 additional collections 15 additional titles each year. The final collection that we partnered with Wiley on is the IEEE Wiley Data and Cybersecurity eBooks collection. This is actually the newest collection of eBooks that was added to IEEE Explorer. It was just added this year in July. We're very happy to have this collection. It's very popular so far. It's another specialty collection, a bit smaller than the larger IEEE Press Wiley collection, but is an excellent resource that can support any institution with a curriculum in computer science, software development, data, or cybersecurity. And there's many topics covered in this collection, some of which include artificial intelligence, cloud computing, computer security, data mining, online safety, network security, and many more. You can see there's a lot of buzzwords in this collection, a lot of things that are very relevant to the technical community today. There are approximately 200 ebooks in this collection, with 80% of those ebooks being from 2019 or forward. So it's a very current collection. Now, we plan on partnering with Wiley to add 20 new titles to this collection every year. And it's one thing that's important to note about this particular collection is there's no overlap in titles with either of the other 2 Wiley collections offered on Explorer. So this is a completely unique collection. Okay, going next to the MIT Press eBooks library. This is a computing and engineering collection. Now, this is IEEE's most focused computer science and engineering collection, and it comes from a renowned university publisher in America. The collection contains introductory and advanced books, trade titles, and textbooks, which are all focused on computing, engineering, big data, artificial intelligence, and more. There are over 870 titles in this collection, which are all handpicked for their relevance to IEEE users. And there are up to 40 additional titles added each year, many that are not available via other eBooks aggregators. Our next collection is the Artec House Publishers eBooks collection. And the Artec collection is mostly focused on practical content in a wide range of engineering areas, but it also has many titles that cover unique or niche areas that may be harder to find ebooks on. The main subject areas in this collection include microwave radio frequency, nanotechnology, microsystems, radar, privacy, and security. The collection has approximately 770 titles, with 30 additional titles being added every year. We've also partnered with Now Publishers to provide their Foundations and Trends ebook library on IEEE Explorer. And the Now collection consists of short scholarly manuscripts, which are appropriate for readers exploring a new topic or looking for an introduction to engineering or computer science topics. These books can be considered more of a hybrid book, as they combine the peer review of journals, the high usage of reference works, and the practices of textbooks. There are over 600 books in the collection, with up to 50 added each year. And the topics in the Now collection focus on signal processing, computer science, communications, and artificial intelligence. The River Publishers eBooks Library is a collection that offers content in a wide range of engineering areas. These areas include automation, control and robotics, biomedical engineering, circuits and systems, and more. These books are more geared toward graduate level students, researchers, engineers, and professionals, and are heavily research-oriented publications from experts in those related fields. The title list is from 2015 forward, so it's a very current collection, and there's approximately 370 titles in existence today, and we anticipate adding 30 more titles each year. We've also partnered with the SAE, which is the Society for Automotive Engineers, to offer current and cutting-edge ebooks in automotive and related engineering. These books offer in-depth information on emerging topics in aerospace, automotive, and commercial vehicles. And the information contained goes beyond the surface and digs into topics related to design, systems, engines, materials, and new technologies to support research, product development, and design. And there are approximately 340 ebooks in this collection, with 25 new titles added annually. Our last collection, and also one of our most recent collections, just added last year in 2021, is the Princeton University Press eBooks collection. This collection of ebooks comes from another renowned university publisher, and this collection is more trade-focused than some of the other IEEE eBooks collections. And the topics covered include math, physics, astronomy, and the history of science. They're geared towards students, researchers, and technical professionals alike. And Princeton University Press, which we refer to as PUP sometimes, is a very unique collection compared to other ebooks in Explorer, as it's more focused on specific trades, and it actually has many scholarly and celebrity authors. Albert Einstein has several ebooks in this collection. Stephen Hawking has several books in this collection. And even Neil deGrasse Tyson has some ebooks in the Princeton University Press collection. So it's kind of unique in that way, where it's the only collection where there's actual celebrities who have content available in Explorer. There are currently about 300 titles in this collection, and IEEE plans on adding 30 new titles each year. Now that's it for the collections that I wanted to talk about. My next slide really focuses on the value of ebooks for remote learning. And with a lot of universities still working at a hybrid capacity, I wanted to share how ebooks add value for distance learners as well as those on campus. Ebooks offer enhanced access to teaching and learning materials. Reading lists can be helpful to students to supplement class instruction. Ebooks can also be a great resource to help students understand concepts that they're struggling with, or even just to introduce them to new and emerging topics that they might not have had that introduction to yet. All IEEE eBooks collections are digital, of course, and available on IEEE Explorer. These are also available remotely for students or faculty who are off campus, or if you're doing a distance learning program, any ebooks that you have access to will be available to remote professors or remote students, distance learners, whatever you may have. And of course, they're incredibly portable, as all titles and chapters can be downloaded and added to readers and tablets for ease of access. As I mentioned, IEEE collections are always DRM free, and IEEE really does pride itself in only partnering with organizations that support this type of access, and making sure that whenever you subscribe or purchase a collection, that everyone at your organization has access. So that's it for the first part of my presentation. I'm not sure how long I went there. If I have time, I could jump onto Explore and just show how you can access these ebooks and where to go. If not, I can start taking questions depending on our time frame and how much we have left.
Please go ahead and demonstrate. That'd be awesome. We've got a few minutes left still.
All right, perfect. So I don't have anything prepared specifically, but I thought that I'd show you how to log into Explorer, where this content would be, and how to discover the content that you may have subscribed to or purchased in perpetuity. So here I am at the Explorer homepage. You can see we have over 5.7 million documents, which is a lot of documents. And I want to show you how to access the specific content regarding to ebooks, as well as content that you may have subscribed to via your university or your institution, and content that you have access to in perpetuity. So you can see I am logged into the IEEE sales account here, but I'm just going to click on this, the hyperlinked number there for the total number of documents in IEEE Explorer. And what that will do is it will bring me to the complete search results of everything that's currently available in Explorer. You can see we're very heavy oriented in conferences. Over 4.1 million conferences are available. And just a fun fact, IEEE does host over 2,000 conferences annually, which is pretty unique considering there's only 365 days in a year. So you can think that any day, any given day during any month, there's likely multiple IEEE conferences happening. Just a fun fact on IEEE Explorer. But now back to eBooks. So you can see we have over 61,000 eBooks and eBook chapters. Now, depending on the collection, they are either available as a full book right from the start, or they're broken down into chapters. For example, the Artec House collection, those are full ebook PDFs, so the entire book is in the PDF. But collections like Wiley are broken down into chapters to make them a little bit more easily digestible, because those are a little bit more comprehensive and they tend to be a bit longer. So just to make them a little bit more friendly to download and access, those are broken down into chapters. And if you're interested in which collections are available as full books, which are as chapters, I can talk about that as well. So now to filter down, I actually got logged out. Sorry about that. Let me log in real quick. And once this gets loaded here, I'll filter down by ebook so you can see all the different ebooks, and then how we can filter down even further from there. So I just went ahead and clicked on the ebooks checkbox there, and I'll click apply. And that will give me just access, or just the search results will be limited to the ebooks. You can see we applied the ebooks filter here. One really cool feature of Explorer I wanted to show you is this show box that's highlighted in this beige kind of yellow here. So you can filter by all results, by subscribed content, and open access only here. And it looks like I'm not logged into the proper one for ebooks. I'm sorry about that. But what I'll show you is if I click on subscribed content here, we'll see what comes up. Oh, sorry about that. Unfortunately, I'm logged into the wrong account, but I could still show you how to look at ebooks here. So I'll go back into that view. And what that subscribe content box will allow you to do is any content that you've purchased in perpetuity, any content that you've purchased via subscription, it will filter down those search results and just show you the content that you have access to. You can filter by range. You can see some of our ebooks go as far back as 1943. Some of the other filters that you could do are by author, affiliation, publication title. And this one is probably one of the most relevant to this presentation. You can also filter by publisher. You can see the IEEE collection. IEEE Press has 21,000 ebooks, MIT 17, all the way down to Princeton University at 357. And if you're interested in authors at specific institutions, you can also filter by the institution there. All right. I think, Matthew, that pretty much wraps it up for me. I could take some questions. If anybody has any questions about a specific ebooks collection, a specific question about Explorer, I'm happy to show you how to search a little bit more. And apologies for my having the wrong password. IEEE changes these from time to time, and I think I might just have an older one saved on my computer here.
No problem at all, Kris. Camilla, have any questions come through on the chat?
No, so far we don't have any questions, but please, if anyone has any question, please type it into the chat, or I can unmute your line.
And just to touch on it, because I heard that there was a question for the last presenter regarding trials. So IEEE Explorer does offer trials to eBooks collection. They're typically not to the full collection. So we'd give you just access to a handful of select titles so you can see the functionality of the eBooks, how to access, and you can get an idea of some of the content that's available within that particular collection.
That's great, Kris. Thanks so much. You know, the one thing I really do like about the IEEE's ebook collections is that they're not huge and bulky. And a lot of libraries have reservations about purchasing big collections, because then you have the possibility of 80% of the books not being utilized. But that's not the case with IEEE's book collections. They're nice and pretty small. Obviously, the content is new, it's recent, and the frontlist titles that are brought out are between 20 and 30 every year. So it avoids the possibility of books standing idle on a shelf, so to speak. I know we're talking about ebooks, but at least the collections that are purchased will be then effectively utilized by the library concerned.
Yep, absolutely, Matthew. Thank you for that. And the way that the purchase options work as well is if there's only a certain year that you want access to, all of the collections are available as front lists as well. So you can really get specific content that you need. If you're only interested in the most current books, you can buy just the 2022 front lists, and we're even pre-selling some of the 2023 front lists for select collections as well.
That's great. That's great. If there's no other questions, I don't see any in the chat. But Kris, thank you so much. I know coming live from Egypt today.
Yes,
thank you so much for
live
joining
from
us.
Cairo.
Thanks very much, Kris. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, happy to be here, and thank you guys for having this event. It's great to speak with everyone.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. And now you can see the questions that we have to our attendees. Question from CABI and question from IEEE. You can use the chat box to answer the question, or you can email me your answers until the Friday.
Great. I'm hoping everybody's had a chance to have a look at that question. Those two questions, indeed. Send us your correct answer in order to stand a chance to win the prize. Camilla, I think if there's no other questions from the floor, from the attendees, then I think we could close this meeting.
Yes, okay. I can see that there are no questions. So thank you very much for attending today's session. Thank you, our panelists. Thank you, Matthew, and have a great day.
You too. Thank you very much for this lovely opportunity.
Yeah, thank you very much,
everybody.
guys. Talk to you all soon.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.